Kanye West might be telling everybody that he is the proud papa of Kim Kardashian's baby.
Can we make some noise for my baby mama real quick while she leaves?
How many people you really think heard him say my baby mama? They just probably thought, okay, Kim Kardashian. But he called her his baby mama. State of California saying, not so fast. It could be somebody else. I know you're going, what? Brian Claypool is an attorney out in California, so he's going to help explain this to us. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Hi, Christy. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well. All right. So
I don't have any announcements about having kids, so I can't help you with that.
Okay. Well, no, that's good. Thank you. Yeah, we don't want to cause any more stir if we don't need to.
All
but
right.
you know, what's going on in California that
Sure.
you know, some people are saying him saying he's the father is maybe not going to be recognized in that state necessarily.
Right. Well, in California, Christy, if you're a man and a child is born to your wife while you're married, or within 300 days after the marriage is terminated, or you die, then it is presumed in California that you are then the father of that child. So here, Kim Kardashian is still technically and legally married to Kris Humphries because there has not been a final decree of either a divorce or a final separation or an annulment, because Kris Humphries had filed for an annulment as well. So there's been none of the above, so they are still legally married. Presumptively, Kris Humphries is still the father, is presumed to be the father of his child to be.
All right, so everybody's, you know, jaws dropping, going, come on, are you kidding me? What does this mean, though, from a legal standpoint, say if it comes to their divorce? I mean, could this really complicate things for her?
Well, I don't think it does. I think two things. If I was Kris Humphries' lawyer to start with, I would be in court early next week to try to get a final judgment on the separation as soon as possible, Christy, because he filed this back in December of 2011, so I can't understand why there's been such a delay in getting that finalized. But he needs to get the clock ticking with this final judgment on the separation. But getting to your other question, the presumption is rebuttable, and that means that after the child is born, then Kris Humphries can go in and he can file what's called a motion to have a paternity test. And then he would then have an order issued by the court. He would go in and have a blood test done. The baby would have a blood test done. And then that would prove then conclusively that he is not the father. And similarly, Kim Kardashian, as the guardian for the child, would also be able to file this motion to have a DNA test done as well. But that can't be done until after the child is born.
Okay, but why is that necessary?
Well, because you have to prove, having a little trouble with the earpiece.
Sorry,
you have
that's
to
okay.
prove, yeah, you have to prove, Christy, through a blood test who the natural father is. Because right now we're just having a presumption that it's Kris Humphries' child, but Kanye West is out there saying that's my baby. So you have to prove through biological evidence, through blood evidence, blood testing. That is the only way to do this. That is a conclusive way of overcoming this presumption that Kris Humphries is the father. Really, that's the only way you can get to the bottom of this. But that can't happen until after the child's born.
Right, right. But I mean, what's at risk for him or her? You know, either way at this point.
Well,
other than maybe a little embarrassment.
Well, look, Kris Humphries doesn't want to be, you know, financially, you know, responsible for taking care of a child that's not his. Similarly, if Kanye West is the true father of this child, then he wants all legal rights to that child. If Kanye West is the father, why would he want then Kris Humphries to have then, you know, visitation rights with the child and be seeing a child that's not really his? So you really need to draw a demarcation as to who really is the father for both financial responsibility and obligations going forward, and also for custody responsibility as well, because Kanye West isn't married to Kim Kardashian either.
Right, right. Well, you know what? It's Hollywood. Nothing's going to be simple about it. Brian Claypool, thank you so much for walking us through that.
Yeah, thanks, Christy. Sorry about the earpiece.
Don't worry about it. It happens. It's just a technicality.
Okay.
But we appreciate your
take care.
insight. Thank you.
All right, you bet.
Sure.